With this being our first winter blast of 2024, JCPS late today sent out their snow plans if classes are impacted by the upcoming winter snowfall. The district says students would bring home materials and devices today or tomorrow in case of a non-traditional instruction day or NTI days, and that devices they're talking about are the Chromebooks. A spokesperson says the district does not have any plans to have typical snow days, delays, or early dismissals except in rare circumstances. The goal is to keep the students engaged and learning at home while avoiding the need for makeup days extending in the school year. We asked Jefferson County Teachers Association president today if he supported the idea of moving away from the snow days.
I really think that is a superintendent and school board decision. Certainly, we believe that we should try to use the option that makes the most sense for the situation.
JCPS says parents and guardians should know by 5 a.m. on days that would be impacted. Now, one district is already adjusting plans for the weather. Breckinridge County, Kentucky schools announced today they're going to be closed tomorrow because of the high wind advisory. In a social media post, the district, which is just west of Metro Louisville, says they will utilize their first NTI day instead of holding in-person classes. Breckinridge County, Kentucky families can find more information about NTI assignments on the district's website. High winds mean we could have some power outages. And did you know that you can keep on watching WHAS 11 newscasts live on the free WHAS 11 app? Now's a good time to go ahead and download it to keep connected as the snow moves in this weekend. All new right now on the night team, a Southern Indiana family has been staying warm since October by burning wood. But it's not their choice. WHAS 11 night team's Taylor Woods and photojournalist Elijah McKenzie report their heating and air conditioning contractor is in jail after they paid him $10,000 for a new unit they didn't get.
Just open the door and there's the firebox.
On October 28, 2023, Keith and Marilyn Crumbo's HVAC system went out.
I'm not hearing any noise coming from our unit, and I'm like, uh-oh, we got a problem here.
That's when they called 49-year-old Aaron McKinley, owner of McKinley Heating and Air. But now he's in jail facing theft charges. McKinley ordered a part to keep the Crumbo's unit going. They say they spent nearly $1,000, and days later, it stopped working.
He decided that we would need a whole new unit. It was obsolete, is what he told us.
They say McKinley then told them he needed $1,250 to order the unit and distribution box and another $8,000 to pay for the inside and outside unit.
He said he needed 2 checks, so we gave him. So now you're talking, that's when we went to $9,250.
After constant communication through text and phone calls about updates on the order, the Crumbos say it was hard getting McKinley to respond or at times even show up. At this point, they knew something was off.
I said, we need our money back. I don't want to hear any excuses anymore. We need our money back.
So what did they do without a furnace? The Crumbos have been relying on their wood stove during cold temperatures. They weren't able to have Thanksgiving dinner, and now they're left waiting for deliveries of wood, which they say isn't cheap.
4 ricks of wood, and that's at $65, $75 a rick.
The last thing they wanted to do was call Indiana State Police. McKinley was someone they thought they could trust due to past business over the years.
He did put our other unit in and did a good job. When something went wrong with it, he was always there to fix it.
But not this time.
It's time for him to have to pay for what he's done.
For now, they're going to keep burning wood unless a contractor angel comes through. In Martinsburg, Indiana, Taylor Woods, WHAS 11 night team on your side.
Well, Aaron McKinley is being held in the Washington County, Indiana jail on a bond of $12,000. All new tonight, attorneys for the former Clark County, Indiana Sheriff Jamie Knoll are now appealing his $75,000 bond, calling it excessive and unreasonable. Knoll is facing numerous charges related to corrupt business practices, ghost employment, official misconduct, theft, and tax evasion. When Knoll was first arrested in November, a judge set his bond at $75,000 and ordered Knoll to turn in his passport and most of his firearms. In court documents filed today, attorneys argue Knoll has not shown that he deserves such high restrictions. They say Knoll lives and works in Clark County and is not a flight risk. They are asking the appeals court to reverse the court's decision. A man is now facing murder charges after police say he fled from a traffic stop in Louisville in a stolen car and crashed into another car, killing that innocent driver. We showed it to you as breaking news last night on this newscast. Now, 26-year-old Coley Stotts is charged with murder, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and fleeing and evading police. Police say they attempted to pull him over at 33rd and Flans last night. They say he was driving a stolen car from Indianapolis. Police say an officer turned on his lights and sirens to initiate the traffic stop, but when Stotts took off, the Metro officer immediately turns his lights off. Police say Stotts drove into the intersection of 35th and Bank Streets, crashing into another car that was also pulling into the intersection and had the right of way. Both Stotts and the driver of the other car were taken to the hospital. The other driver died. Stotts is expected to be in court tomorrow morning. A Louisville family finally has closure tonight, 6 years after a deadly apartment fire. A judge sentenced a woman to 46 years in prison today for purposely starting the fire in 2017. That fire happened in the St. Denis neighborhood on Shanks Lane. Denisha Peden pleaded guilty, admitting to intentionally setting the blaze in the hallway of the apartment building. Neighbors were trapped inside. Some had to jump out of windows to escape, but a mother and her 2 children did not survive. They were killed. In court today, one of the victims who escaped directly addressed Peden.
You've made me a puzzle that'll always miss 3 pieces. It feels like a dream, like I'm in a coma. The most haunting memory is when I realized that I got out, that they did it.
Peden's charges include 3 counts of murder and 15 counts of wanton endangerment. She must serve each concurrently without parole. All new on the WHAS11 night team, 2 children have died in Kentucky from respiratory viruses. That's according to the state's Cabinet for Health and Family Services. Officials say 1 child died from the flu and the other died from COVID-19. Neither child was vaccinated against the viruses that caused their illnesses, state officials say. Respiratory illnesses, including the FLE, COVID-19, and RSV are widespread across Kentucky. The CDC recommends everyone 6 months old and older get the annual flu and COVID-19 vaccines. A former Metro Council member and brand new Kentucky High School Teacher of the Year heads back to the classroom tomorrow in Louisville after being pulled from the schools months ago. Kumar Rashad, who was under investigation and has now been cleared. WHAS11 night team's Connor Steffen and photojournalist Aspen Hester were there as he criticized the JCPS discipline policy.
Amid a swarm of reporters and cameras.
The purpose of this press conference is to take a restorative justice approach.
Kentucky's 2024 High School Teacher of the Year and former Metro Councilman Kumar Rashad.
Now, I spent months listening to criticisms and speculations about my reassignment, none of which were true.
Made an effort to clear his name at the end of a months-long investigation that led to his reassignment from the classroom. Here he is explaining the incident he says started it all.
In my particular case, I saw 2 males attack a female, and I went to the female's rescue, and I removed the students off of the 2 males off of that female. The 2 students said that I removed them too harshly.
Rashad had spent his months-long reassignment here at the Blue Lake bus compound in South Louisville, which he referred to as teacher jail.
Yeah, that's what I would compare it to, an educated jail, because it's just a lot of isolation, and you're made to feel like you're guilty until proven innocent.
Rashad and JCPS officials both confirmed he'll return to his teaching assignment at Breckenridge High School Friday. A district spokesperson added that, quote, "We have a legal obligation to investigate any and all allegations. All policies and procedures relating to reassignment were followed." Rashad isn't alone in criticizing JCPS's current policy.
We really need a more efficient process.
Jefferson County Teacher Association President Brent McKim takes issue with the length of JCPS's investigation.
You know, there's that saying that justice delayed is justice denied, and we need to be able to resolve these quickly because we already have a teacher shortage.
According to the district's Administrator's Guide to Labor Management and Employee Relations, an employee facing disciplinary action can be placed on non-instructional duties pending a decision to reassign them or not.
I've already lost 3 solid months. That time, I will never be able to get back.
Marking a return to the classroom, Rashad is celebrating, but also remembering the time lost. In Louisville, Connor Steffen, the WHAS11 night team, on your side.
JCPS confirmed to us Rashad's return to the classroom tomorrow. He is also currently looking to serve as the vice president of the Jefferson County Teachers Association. That's the teacher union. Well, here we go again. Just when folks in New Albany thought they would be seeing relief from road construction due to the Sherman Minton Bridge, Indiana's Department of Transportation has announced new plans to work on I-64 in that very area. INDOT is planning to widen parts of I-64 through Floyd County to address the recent growth of communities and support continued economic development in the region. We asked officials with INDOT for their message to the folks of southern Indiana who may be upset with the project starting so soon after work is scheduled to finish on the Sherman-Minton.
So the Sherman-Minton is currently anticipated to wrap up by summer 2024, and this project is planned to start in late 2025. So it does give a little bit of time there for travelers without work.
Organizers say the project aims to reduce traffic congestion in the area. They say they do not currently anticipate any road closures or shutdowns there on I-64 in southern Indiana due to the project. Once construction begins, though, it should take up to 4 years to complete.